So I planned on making a review for Splitgate, the free-to-play multiplayer shooter that was recently released on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. It's a first-person shooter that is pretty much directly reminiscent of Halo, using many of the exact same weapons and weapon names, but with the added dimension of portals to augment the gameplay. It is made by a small indie developer, 1047 games, or maybe 1047, 1047, I have no idea how to say it, games. And it is currently in beta, although it did just go into Season 0, whatever that means. But it has a pretty high player count, with averaging about 30,000 players on Steam for the last 30 days since its release. For a small indie studio, that's a pretty superb hit. The game has a big player base, with it also climbing near the top of the free-to-play marketplace on Xbox. The reviews are a little mixed, but generally positive for the game as well, with the Metacritic sitting around an average of 75, including all of the platform reviews. I first heard of the game because of Jev, a popular Call of Duty YouTuber who's apparently grown tired of raging at Call of Duty, and instead wanted to play something else.
Guns were fucking fun! This whole weapon class, just light machine guns, just need to be renamed just literally to just straight butthole. They are terrible!
In this pseudo-dead period before the large releases of the coming holiday season, Splitgate found a nice little niche. People are tired of Warzone due to the high prevalence of cheaters and the continued lack of anti-cheat software. Also, I like to imagine that maybe the horrible harassment that many women at Activision suffered from and that came to light in early August maybe had something to do with the people actively speaking out against a shitty game like Call of Duty. But something tells me that the people who are still playing Call of Duty probably are not the same crowd who would be upset about, sexual harassment allegations or anything like that. Call of Duty and Warzone in particular continue to have a huge player base, but it's undoubtable that some people have grown tired of the game and are looking elsewhere to fill in their shoot McGunman game multiplayer niche. And here comes Splitgate. They did a pretty perfect timing for release, and I have to give them credit for that. I've played Splitgate for about 10 to 12 hours, both ranked and casual, in various game modes. In moments, it was a fun, competitive game that offered a unique twist on the typical first-person shooter with the portal mechanic. But for the majority of the time, I was struck by the sameness of the game. Now, here's the thing. I love Halo. Halo 3 is my favorite game of all time. Without Halo, I don't think that I would enjoy video games in the same way that I do now, because of its blend of sci-fi storytelling, online competitive multiplayer, and beautiful tone throughout. Splitgate is like a really shitty version of Halo in practically every way. And this is what they advertise. They want people to make the connection to Halo, and it's obvious. They have a triple burst gun called the battle rifle, a railgun, a rocket launcher, a sniper, an SMG, an assault rifle, a pistol, a plasma rifle. All of these gun names and designs are vague enough to fit into public domain. I'm positive though that if Splitgate could have gotten away with using a needler, they would have, but they function identically to Halo. I know that every game influences each other in some way, and clear creative motivations can be cool to notice in different games, but not when one's just full-sail copying another. The player armor design in Splitgate is also very Spartan-like as well, although they also have these really ridiculous options present through their creative customization options, which also makes people want to grind to unlock the armors or grind through the battle pass to get these goofy looking armors. They have a SWAT game mode that plays exactly the same as Halo. They have a similar announcer to exclaim double kill, triple kill, killing spree, etc., etc. So the guns and designs and the look of the game are very, very similar to Halo. It's multiplayer only, so there's no story mode to speak of. And the gameplay is just very rote. It's just boring. It's not a bad shooter by any means. It feels good and solid. The portals and the map designs work very well together. Each gun has pros and cons that make it worth using in various situations, which is a difficult thing to balance. Although the DMR knockoff is a pretty strong weapon to spawn with all the time, I don't really like that choice. The portals do just work, and that's nice and smooth, and it is an interesting addition to how you need to be aware of all of your surroundings and the ability to put portals around you, how quickly you can traverse the map to objectives or to attack enemies, and the option it gives you to escape combat as well. But all those positives are kind of my base expectations for a video game. It is sad to me that this is a game that people are excited about in 2021. And I think it says something about the current state of multiplayer shooters. People are so used to Battle Royale games. They are so used to busted, broken releases. They're so used to microtransaction pay-to-win garbage. They're so used to grinding through Battle Pass systems, although Splitgate also has a Battle Pass system, They're so used to cheaters in their lobbies. They're so used to all these negative things that are now just a part of every multiplayer game. All of these things are so ubiquitous that people are excited to play a game that is basically just a bad copy of Halo 3 from 2007. We've circled back to just making Halo again, and for some reason, that got a lot of people excited. But this game is worse than Halo 3. When I was playing Splitgate, it just made me want to play the real thing. It was the equivalent of drinking an off-brand soda. Sure, it tastes fine to drink Shasta Cola, but it's not as good as the real thing. It kind of just makes me want to drink a Coke instead. Splitgate is a simple, easy 4-on-4 shooter with respawns and spawning power weapons. It features the typical game modes that would have been found in every single shooter 7 years ago. There's no push the payload like Overwatch or hero shooter systems. There's no Battle Royale mode. There's Domination, Oddball, Team Slayer, King of the Hill. It's just a fucking normal ass game. So when I see people excited about it, I guess I just don't get it. I do have to realize that for some people, they never played Halo. They never knew the truest version of this type of game. Maybe they don't understand that Splitgate is okay, but just not quite right. Maybe they were too young to play Halo, or they didn't have the right system to play it on. So to them, Splitgate might be a unique experience. On the website of 1047, they say they want to bring back the glory days of PvP shooters. They want to move away from the games as a service Battle Royale center that has dominated FPS for the past few years. But the game they made is not some swan song of beauty. It's just a sad copy of good games from years past. And I think in the near future, something's going to have to change in multiplayer shooters. Something's going to break. Whether that means a new king to dethrone Call of Duty and Apex Legends, maybe a new cycle of game that will come back into favor again. It's not that long ago that everyone I knew was only playing MOBAs. And then that switched to Battle Royales, and maybe something else will soon take its place. I know that Splitgate is not that game that's going to set the tone for the future. Instead, it's just an adequate look into the mirror of the past. Except it kind of has a couple smudges on it. With the upcoming release of other big AAA FPS shooters like Battlefield 2040 whatever, Halo 3, another Call of Duty, there's always an opportunity to innovate. It just seems like most games aren't actually doing that. That's kind of sad. Anyway, bye.